So when I'm astral projecting, her demon captures me, and then I become a sex demon. Ladies and
genitals.
We don't say genitals.
Oh, true.
We say
redacted.
Redacted. This is my roommate Sasha. You've met her before. Today we're gonna tell our story of our possessed sex demon roommate. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Never mind. Anyway, everyone on my Twitter always wanted this video, but we were too afraid to make it while living with her.
She would have killed us. She would have murdered us, like, no doubt.
She would have, like, got a demon to capture our souls or something.
Yeah, we would have been her sacrifices. Like.
Period. We think she has sacrifices, and we'll get into that. What's her name? Let's call her Deepika.
Deepika. Yeah.
Let's talk about our first impressions of her. I remember we had, like, a meeting the first night, and she would always try to take a very authoritative position over everybody, like the mother of the household or the one that controls everybody, and I try to be that as well, because I didn't want her to be it. I didn't want to be controlled by her, so that there was this like underlying competition, I felt.
Yeah, legit though.
The main thing about her, moaning, we would hear moaning from a room all day, all night, for like
hours on end.
And the thing is, we thought, you know, she might be masturbating, but you cannot masturbate for 5 hours. It's impossible. And it's not like there'll be breaks or she'll have a climax.
No.
It would just be straight the whole time moaning. The whole time. And then I remember I would hear her, like the moaning would stop, she'll come out, get a cup of tea, leave her tea there. She'll double back her tea, by the way, leave it there, never drink it. Okay, and then she'll come back to her room. As soon as the door closes, the moaning begins. What were our theories?
Okay, like it was like mad pornographic moaning. So we were like, oh yeah, maybe she's just a cam girl. That was the first theory. Her room was like between our rooms, so we could hear it through the walls. But then when you walk past her door, it's like very, very clearly like
porn style moaning.
I know.
And the thing is, I remember we tried to capture it for like 8 months.
Yeah.
But every time we tried to record it, it would just stop magically.
Literally.
And then restart.
I remember sitting by the wall with my phone out. And then like the one time I got it was like I just happened to be walking past her room with my phone out, and I was like, oh, quick, record.
This is what Sasha sent me when we finally got it. It sounds like a name, or like she's singing, but she wasn't singing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because like at first I was like, okay, maybe she's like singing, but like really badly. But it's just not.
No, it wasn't, because I remember I would put my ear to the wall and I would just be like this. And there were points where I'm like, okay, she's definitely having sex, but then it would just completely change, and I'm like, no, she's not.
Yeah, like there's no one with her.
She would be like intense moaning and then suddenly talking.
I know. I remember that actually. And so we were like, what is she doing? Is she just like getting on the phone? Like
First of all, didn't know what that was about. Masturbation, ruled out. She's not a cam girl. We checked everywhere. Her boyfriend at the time.
Yes, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, so he was like going through like 4chan and like a bunch of stuff for me. He was like, I'm gonna try and find her. He put her photo up on the website, like, anyone seen this cam girl? Nothing.
No, she's not a cam girl. I remember, like, I would be at work searching about her. I'm like, this is not her real name.
Yeah.
I would like reverse image her photos. I would search everywhere. Nothing. Nothing about her. So that was the moaning thing. That led to all our other conspiracies. What was the next one? She went away for a month.
Oh yeah.
She left her bedroom light on for the whole entire month she was away. And when she was away, there was no moaning, but we would hear noises in between the walls and in her room. But we never saw anyone leave the room. I was home like all day.
Yeah. I remember we were like, oh, maybe we should call reception and be like, hey, can we go into her room to turn the light off?
And see what's in there.
Every time like you walk past her room and her door's open, it like looked normal. Like,
it did.
There was nothing weird about it, which is like even weirder.
I wanted to go in her room so badly, but I was too afraid to like see like what was inside. That leads us to the astral projection. I got so crazy. I'm like, what is going on? Like, imagine listening to moaning for 8 hours per day. You're studying, moaning. You're sleeping, moaning. Anything you're doing, moaning. I'm on the toilet, I hear the moaning.
Legit, you don't get to sleep because of her moaning. Like, far out.
And I was like, I'm gonna astral project into her bedroom and find out what's going on. And I remember I was like trying to astral project, and then I got too scared.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what if she actually is a demon?
Yeah.
And I get stuck in the astral realm.
Because I remember you texted me about that. You were like, wait, Sasha, I'm scared. Like, maybe I shouldn't astral project. I'm gonna like get stuck. And I was like
what if she, because she's a demon, she can see into my room and she knows I'm trying to astral project. So when I'm astral projecting, her demon captures me. And then I become a sex demon.
Oh.
Even weirder, she would leave every single morning at 5 a.m. She would never sleep, ever. We've never heard her sleep. She would leave 5 a.m, come back 10 minutes later. Like every single day. Where are you going? But it's just weird how she would leave all the time.
But like I'd be up at like 3 a.m. and like she would still be awake. Like,
yeah, I remember. We don't know her on a friend level, but we don't think she's a nice person because we would hear her always yelling at her friends. She'll like be on the phone like screaming at them, even in the apartment. As soon as she would walk in the house, my heartbeat would instantly be like boom, 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 boom. Oh, she'll sit on the table and stare into the distance.
True.
Like she's just dissociating.
Yeah.
And she would do it for hours. I just remember I'll come into the living room and she's like this.
Just sitting there. Or she'd like sit on the balcony and just like,
oh yeah,
on those like egg chairs. And she'd just be like sitting there. And
sometimes she was really bad, like she was really mean and rude. And then other times she was the polar opposite. She was sweet. It's almost like yeah, it's like she'll just switch like that.
Yeah, because
I remember I was in the kitchen and there'll just be like tension, like it's just gonna snap. And she would bang everything as soon as I get into the kitchen. And I remember
keep going.
Yeah,
that just reminded me of something.
There was like an instance where we weren't talking and I knew it was about to snap. She was gonna snap, and she goes, Simone, did you clean this? And I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, can you do that?
That reminds me, I completely forgot about this, but like I'd go into the kitchen to like cook at the most random times possible. Like I'd choose times where there'd be no one there, and it was like really inconsistent. Every time I'd go into the kitchen, she'd follow me.
I remember that.
Yeah.
She's like, Sasha's the perfect sacrifice.
I know, she's trying to get me. But literally, it's like she's like waiting for me to go out.
Yeah. And what we found strange was, obviously, like we said, we don't know her on a personal level, but she has like so many friends. 100 friends. Yeah, so we're like, what if
they're all her
sacrifices and she's put like a spell on them?
It's like she wasn't nice about it. Like I swear I heard her bitching one time about her friends to like her other friends on her phone.
No, I remember like her friend was late to something and she just blew up on the phone. She's like, you fucking bitch. Like there's sometimes she would talk to me and it was only to tell me that she went to a party. Legit. It's like, I thought, like from a psychological perspective, she was trying to prove something to me, like she has friends, that she's normal, that she's that she's human. Yeah. She's trying to prove to me she's human and normal. I wasn't buying it. I knew you were a demon. Yo, what if she was having like sex with a figment of her imagination?
Maybe.
Which is why he could go for hours.
Oh my god, so much stuff that I've forgotten about, but legit, like,
who drinks tea before they go to bed? She'll make a cup of tea at 12 a.m. every night, 2 bags in it, and she would leave it there. She wouldn't drink it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She doesn't even drink it. She just makes it, leaves it out, and I go out in the morning and it's just sitting there, and I'm like,
every day. It's like
an offering.
It's an offering. She would do that with food too. She would cook rice and she would leave it there.
Oh, and it would go like all like crusty and hard.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, girl.
But the reason why we found it freaky, obviously, is because we don't have an explanation for the moaning or why she's leaving, and her behaviour overall is just
it's not like,
it's just not normal. And like I remember the moment I met her, I was like, there's something off. There's something off with her.
Because you told me that. See, I'm like naive as hell, and I'm just like, oh, la la land. So I was just like, yeah, okay, maybe she's like a bit whack, like a bit of like a scary type person.
Something off with her.
Like it's like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, that's just not normal behaviour.
What was freaky was that when she wasn't here, there was noises coming from her room, but there was no one in here. That's for sure. Yeah. Because I remember there was moments where, or like days where I was like home the whole entire day. I never left. No one left the room. If there was someone here, they'd have to go like to the bathroom. They would have to eat, or there could be food in here, but they'd have to go to the bathroom eventually. No. And I would put my if I heard a noise, I would listen in, But it's like there's no movement. Usually you can feel the movement in her room because the walls are really thin.
Yeah.
But when she was gone, there would just be noise. But I couldn't feel anything in here.
Yeah.
So it's like her demon stayed and she left.
That brings up another point. When like it would sound like she's always moving furniture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hella weird. And we would confront her. We're like, why are you moving furniture at 3 a.m? And she's like, I'm not doing anything.
I know.
She would be like, I'm lying on my bed.
Yeah, I remember that because we were literally texting her and she's like, no, I'm lying on my bed right now.
Dude, sorry.
It's like, you can feel, like as you were saying, you can like feel the movement.
Yeah,
like she's moving something big.
Yeah.
Like.
It literally would sound like she's moving her table. By the way, you can't move any of the furniture. We lived in like student accommodation at the time and you can't move furniture in here. It's like, it's too heavy and it's like glued down or something. And it's not like she had furniture. Her room was hella empty. Yeah.
I just remember like seeing her like duvet like cover.
Yeah. And she would like roll it up. Do you remember that? It would just be like rolled up on the end of her bed.
Yeah, and then it was like that, and then she'd have like a few bags, like backpacks. Like I remember seeing like 2 or 3 backpacks on the end of her bed.
Where's she running to? She's ready to depart at any time.
It's actually just her body parts of her sacrifices in there.
Dude, for real. What if like every morning that someone's trying to come and collect her sacrifices?
Maybe that's what it is. That's why she only goes out for like 10 minutes. No, because I've seen her like sitting on the stairs like outside the building. Just
She's
like
smoking?
waiting. No, she wasn't smoking. I think she just had her phone out.
Who is she waiting for?
It's her overlord.
Leave your thoughts below. We have to protect ourselves after putting this video out.
Yeah. Just like... what is it? I don't know. Yeah. I'm just gonna put salt everywhere, you know.
Yeah, we have to do that. That's the end of our story time. Please protect us. If I don't upload for a week, I'm dead. She's dead.
Save us. Pray for us, please. Because I'm actually scared.
Call the police in Sydney. Because we are not alive. Or maybe if we start acting different, I'm possessed by her demon. Call the priest. Anyway, thank you for watching. Leave your conspiracy theory about the peacock below. We're scared. Like, comment, subscribe. Like the video. It helps me a lot. And it would also protect me from the demon and Sasha. Commenting will also protect us. So the more you engage in this video, the more we're protected. And if you don't protect us, we hate you.
I don't want to die.
We don't want to. Okay, goodbye.
Mi hada madrina dijo que sí. Este de aquí me hizo llorar. Este otro me dice marica. Este otro de mí piensa mal. Esto es lo que hago cuando me chingan. Voy a encerrarlos bajo la tierra. Nadie va a comer y de hambre morirán. Madre, quiero saber en verdad quién soy yo. Y sí, tal vez tengo un síndrome. Que alguien traiga mis pelucas verdes. Ten medicamentos.